Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news update. We're going to be talking about a brand new film, World's Best. We're talking about some new Spider-Man films and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news, and also hit that like button as well to give a signal to YouTube that you like my videos. Now let's jump into it. So up first, Disney has revealed the first trailer for a brand new original film called World's Best, which is going to be dropping onto Disney Plus on Friday, the 23rd of June. So this new film is basically about a kid who's into like maths, and his father had died, and then kind of he reconnects with him and kind of like for a visit for a ghost, and kind of goes on a journey to kind of become popular because they get into rap music, which his dad was a big part of. I'm gonna be honest, the trailer didn't do a lot for me. I am not the target audience. This one definitely it just left me a little bit like, okay, whatever. I'll be honest, if this was on any other streaming platform, I wouldn't be watching it. But I will give it a go, see what it's like. It could surprise me, sometimes these kind of things do. But yeah, so World's Best is going to be dropping onto Disney Plus later this month. But if you are looking forward to it, let me know in the comments below, because maybe it just connected with you better than it did for me. Yeah, because it didn't quite do it for me. But let me know in the comments below. While World's Best isn't maybe for me, they did release a brand new trailer for a brand new FX series, Justified City Primeval, which is going to be coming out on FX in the United States on July the 18th. It'll be available the following day on Hulu. So this is like a continuation / sequel to Justified, which came out a few years ago. Very much more into my wheelhouse. So if you like Justified, you're probably going to want to check this series out. No word yet on if this one's going to be released on Disney Plus around the world. I suspect it will be, because FX and Sony are making it together. And most recently, the previous 6 seasons were added onto Disney Plus, like here in the UK and in other countries. So we've kind of already set the thing up, but maybe they're just going to do the typical thing where it has to air on FX in the US. I don't know. But yeah, this one definitely looked a little bit more up my street. Lots, a bit more violent, a bit more, just about a sheriff going around just kicking ass and taking names. Just looks a lot of fun, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. But let me know if you're looking forward to this new series of Justified in the comments below. Later this week, Sony is releasing a brand new animated film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which looks like it's going to do pretty well at the box office. I'm going to check it out at some point. It's not. I like the first one, but I don't know if I necessarily have to go see it at the cinema. I might wait a little bit. Now, with this one here, it's probably going to be a long time until we see it on Disney Plus in any country, because it's made by Sony. Though in the US, Disney does have the pay-to rights to that film. But more importantly, during the actual premiere in Los Angeles, some of the people behind the film, including the producer Amy Pascal, revealed that they are in fact working on some new films of Miles Morales and also Spider-Woman. No more details were really given, which is a shame, but also not a huge surprise. I think bringing Miles Morales into live action would be really cool. He's fantastic in, obviously, the movies. I also really enjoyed him in the video game recently. He's going to be in the upcoming one that comes out later this year, so definitely be looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, so Miles Morales. Now, how they're going to do this, I don't know. I mean, I actually think it would be really cool if they kind of have Miles Morales is kind of like in the Sony Spider-Verse films, and they're all interconnected with each other. And then we kind of leave Tom Holland in the MCU version. And we know then they're separate a little bit, and then they can cross them over at some point. But also they are apparently working on a 4th film with Tom Holland, but kind of work at the minute has kind of been paused because of the writer's strike. So lots of stuff coming. There's also a Spider-Woman film in development. Now, I'm a big fan of Spider-Woman. I actually grew up watching the animated series, which you can find on Disney Plus, which is really, I think it's from like the early 80s. So I had that on VHS when I was a kid, so I saw it loads. So yeah, be interested to see what they do with this one, but it's kind of all, again, part of this whole like Spider-Verse, which it kind of would like Disney kind of get full control so they can sort it out. But yeah, so there we go. So there's going to be some more Spider stuff coming. I think these will probably do a lot better than maybe like Kraven the Hunter and Morbius, and I think, they'll be better off doing like spider characters rather than just random villains. But nevertheless, let me know if you're looking forward to new films from Sony featuring the Spider-Man characters. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, so let's talk about what's new today. So the big new release is a brand new episode from the 3rd season of The Kardashians. So this is a new episode on Hulu in the US, Star Plus in Latin America, and on Disney Plus around the world. Did watch this episode already. Because this is my sort of guilty pleasure. I don't know why I like this series, but I do. They are completely, I would say, completely off this planet. You know, they're living in a different world. But in this one here, we get to see some of the sort of the interaction that we see with Chloe having to deal with getting cancer on her cheek and the effects that has. We also get to see Kylie taking some driving lessons. It's kind of weird seeing, because I drive a manuals, it's kind of quite normal here in the UK. It's kind of weird seeing how much of a mess they make of it, considering they've already got their driving license. And a whole host of other little bits and pieces, like Scott getting into a crash and the effects that's had. But yeah, so I really like the series. It is a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I know a lot of people do not like it, but it's extremely popular. In fact, it's one of the most popular shows on Hulu and Disney Plus, and there's a reason for that, because people like to watch it. But let me know, are you watching the Kardashians? Let me know in the comments below. In our question of the day, which came from Aid, they said, have they finished removing content? It still makes me nervous. So obviously this is in reference to Disney removing about 100 titles from Disney Plus last month, including Willow, you also had Better Nate Than Ever, and a whole host of different stuff. Now, it does look like that initial wave of sort of removals has finished. That seems to have all gone through now. But I would definitely say right now, get used to removals. They are going to be becoming much more normalized, especially with anything that is deemed a cancellation. You know, if they cancel the show, or if it just does really badly with viewing, they're going to start doing this a lot more, especially on anything that is a streaming show, which maybe hasn't been released in cinemas or anything like that. I don't know if they can do that, if they've released it in cinemas. But yeah, so if something doesn't do very well, expect it to go. This is going to be something we're going to see for a long time. If you want to watch something that's brand new, watch it when it comes out. That's going to be my main tip. Don't put it off forever, because it might not be there. If you hear the words they've cancelled a show and you wanted to watch it, you need to watch it, because anything that's been cancelled has got a big bullseye on it, and it probably will be taken out. Because while there's been a lot of talk about this, you know, the recent removals, we've already gone through this a couple of times internationally. Last year, we had a whole host of cancelled shows like Queens and Rebel, and a whole host of different things got removed from Disney Plus around the world. So this has happened before, and it will keep happening, because it's a quick way for them to fix stuff. I think we might see things change a little bit in terms of how they release stuff, and so hopefully with better quality shows, we're going to be seeing a lot less. So this might happen a little bit less. But I would say, you know, we are always going to be at risk of something being removed. Disney Plus is not your own personal library. Things can be removed. That is in the terms of contract when you sign up. And yeah, so unfortunately, this is just something we need to get used to with regards to Disney Plus. We've kind of not really had to do it, but there's always been removals from Disney Plus since it launched. It's just they don't make a big deal of it, because maybe it's only been one or two at a time, and they don't advertise it like other streaming services. But also, when they bring in the Hulu project into Disney Plus in the US, you're going to start getting used to things disappearing much quicker. But nevertheless, let me know what you think of all of this in today's video in the comments below. Go check us out over at what's on at disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.